Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Camber God back at you again on the YouTubes this fine morning. So today, basically, in the previous video, we had the 79 Caprice, right? Got the batteries all charged up, you know, getting ready for a sick night out, whatnot. Ended up loading up the family and stuff, you know, gonna take it out on a little cruise. But I noticed it was kind of driving funny, right? So like I backed it out, you know, and started hitting the road, and I noticed it was like pulling to the right, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, maybe the alignment's off or something like that. So kept rolling, and the first time I went to stop, I noticed the brakes were kind of like squishy a little bit. So I was like, bro, like this ain't right, you know, something ain't right. So I lifted up the front end of the car, and the spindle is rubbing the brake rotor over here on this passenger side. So I'm going to assume, you know, like the wheel bearings or something are going out. Basically, let me set you guys up. I'll get the front end of the car lifted up and I'll show you what I'm talking about, alright? Alright guys, so let me show you the driver's side first. Okay, so coming in here, got the brake rotor, hopefully, yeah, there we go. So the brake rotor here, and you could see it's got this bolt right here. Notice that there's a gap, right? Come along to the passenger side, and you'll see that bolt is dead on that brake rotor, dude. So I mean, as you can see, the brake rotor is all scraped up and stuff from running like that, and that's, I'm gonna assume, is why it was, you know, rolling kind of funky. Like I said, like you let go of the steering wheel and she would just dive to the right, you know. And the brakes, like I said, started feeling spongy and stuff. So I was like, bro, this ain't right. I'm gonna take it back home, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and jack this up, be able to see if we have some play in the wheel bearing, which I'm assuming that's it, you know, because the spindle itself basically just attaches the brake rotor with the needle bearings, or they're like angled bearings. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but the wheel bearing itself, you know, so maybe it came loose or something. Hopefully it's at least got a cotter pin and the bearings themselves just went out. So I'm gonna get it jacked up. We'll knock this knockoff off, see what we're working with. I'll bring you right back. Alright, vatos locos. So basically, yeah, I will say that she is definitely bad. So if we look in here, give you a little peek, check me out, dude. I think it is done for, mates. That is really bad. So that'll be why my brakes were acting all funny, why I was driving kind of funny, maybe even why this tire was wearing out. I don't know. I tried to put a fresh alignment on it a while back though, before I broke it the first time. So yeah, this side is not jacked up, but it looks better. You could tell, like, as soon as I jacked it up, you could see the wheel like fall away from where it was at. So I was like, bruh. So yeah, next thing, get our little lead hammer, knock off this little Dayton knockoff, and start disassembling, baby. Yeah. Alright, so to start off this repair, I've already gone ahead, used our Dayton wire wheel hammer over here to knock the Dayton off, set it over there, took the wheel off, used our impact over here to zoom off those nuts, took off the adapter. It's got this little dust cap, or whatever you want to call it, the little cap, and then went ahead and start cleaning it up. There's a bunch of grease and stuff, but basically it's got this castle nut on the end, so you're gonna have to remove that cotter key, which hopefully is that easy. Save that because we're probably going to reuse it. Gonna go ahead and take this nut off. Hopefully it's not too tight. Might even be able to just do it. Oh my god, maybe this thing is just loose, brothers. But I'm going to take it all apart anyways, because what the heck, you know what I mean? Ain't no way they tightened it and then cotter keyed it and they just left it loose. Highly doubt it, you know what I mean? So, but we also gonna have to take the brakes off, which I believe is like 3/8 Allen head. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first. That way, once we get this nut off, we'll be able to pull the whole assembly out. All right. All right. So you could see we got a little bit of damage. It was scraping these bolts. This one here, and this one down here. The bearing races all stayed good, so I believe the shaft is good. You know what I mean? It's not terrible. I had to take off this inner race right here for the rear bearing, but like it basically fell apart, and probably gonna have to get a whole new like rotor assembly. The outer needle bearing is right there covered in grease and stuff, but it appears to still be intact. It's just gonna be that inner one, but I'm probably, by the looks of this rotor, gonna have to get like a whole new assembly. The inside here looks really worn out, and I believe the outer race is still stuck in there, because you can kind of see, you know, two types of metal here. So I'm gonna call around, see if I can just find a whole new assembly, because this rotor is pretty toasted too, and it's just gonna KO all my brakes and everything. So let me see what I can do, and I'll bring y'all back. Yeet. Okay, so I went ahead, pulled up at Napa. They had what I needed. Nobody else in town had it. So basically, new rotor. It's got new studs and everything, and it already has the inner bearing races as well. Went ahead and got these SKF wheel bearings. So we're gonna have to pull off the outer race. We're gonna pack them with grease. I've got a bunch of grease in there. Don't ask me why. And we've got a new seal also. I believe the seal goes on the outside. I'm not 100% for sure. If it's this big seal right here on the back, then that means I'll probably have to take this off. But I don't know if that's the seal or not. I'm going to open it up and find out. But let me go ahead and get everything packed with grease, and I'll bring you guys back. So we got our bearings packed with grease. Got the other bearing right here. This one I did kind of have to tap it on with a hammer to kind of like get it all the way on. Kind of greased up the inner races as well before we go ahead and put it on. So basically, the seal went in back here. I'm assuming it just got absolutely obliterated on this one. So it was just gone, you know, like look, you can see all the little pieces of bearing that came out. So now we just need to slap the rotor on, and then we'll pop in our other bearing. And then from there, it's just a little washer, the nut, and the cotter key. And we should be golden, boys. Look, maybe that's part of the seal right there. That's the old seal, maybe. I thought it was a piece of the bearing race, but yeah, it's just gone. So from here, like I said, I got some extra grease applied on there. The bearings, just packed them by hand. It's kind of dirty work, you know, but I'd rather the bearings have grease than to be clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap this back together, boys, and I'll bring you right back. All right. Whew, just finished hammering the knockoff on. There we go. New wheel bearings. Everything, new rotor. Go ahead and set her down. New studs and whatnot on there. So it should be pretty solid now. Only thing left to do is take her for a test drive. But gotta be way better than it was, you know, because man. But yeah, you know, gotta get a little dirty and stuff. That one, you know. That's what I've been cleaning, you know what I mean? But boys, let me tell you, it's been a good little Monday morning. For me, for you guys, it'll probably be like Tuesday or Wednesday. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. A little repair. Not too bad. It was about 80 bucks at Napa for all the parts. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, boys. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.